Time for Media Watch now. James Creedon is with us in the studio. Hello there,
Laura.
James. And we're going back to a story we were just talking about a moment ago. This is the French former professional boxer, Christophe Détinger, whose supporters raised over €100,000 for him on one of these crowdfunding sites. Now, he was filmed beating and punching police officers during the last round of protests. So a lot of people are a bit confused about why people want to help this man.
That's right. It generated a huge amount of comments online. Politicians, police officer representatives, riot police representatives really upset about this, angry. I'll just show you some of the comments. First of all, Litchi decided to close down the fundraiser. As you said, over 100,000 raised. They've said, look, that money will only go to his legal defences or his legal expenses, because he did turn himself in after that video went viral of him taking on riot police quite violently, and so he will be facing court action.
After somebody recognised him.
That's it. And it does appear that it was probably a family member set up this. It's thought that it might be a sister-in-law or something like that. She at least shared it online and got the whole thing going, and then it went, as these things tend to do now, viral. Now, this is one government spokesman, Mounir Majoubi, saying that that the boxers' fundraiser, he calls it. He said apparently, it brings in a lot of money to beat up a police officer or to hit a police officer. So he's obviously expressing his what he calls it indigne, or absolutely shocking, basically, that this sort of a fundraiser would be set up on BFM TV, rolling news channel. This is one CRS representative, that's the riot police in France, who are taking on a lot of the Gilets Jaunes on the streets, saying this is shocking and it should be stopped. And you have another anonymous police officer Twitter account saying that this is to legitimise violence against the police. Now, some would respond that the police themselves have been somewhat heavy-handed, to say the least, at moments. But in any case, it generated such a response that, to give you a sense of this, Renaud Muselier, who is a Les Républicains right-wing MP, set up another fundraiser for police officers. So this has actually now apparently, well, it helps that the Christophe Détinger fundraiser has been frozen, but this one has now exceeded in the amount of money raised, over 100,000 for the police. Now, I think what's interesting about all of this is it shows the extent to which the government can't really prevent anymore with the online world being what it is, the digital world being what it is. The ability for groups to organise and actually demonstrate,
exactly.
and also for fundraisers like this to sort of allow the public in some way, shape or form to show, I support the police in this one, or I support the boxers. So it's very difficult for the government to kind of maintain control. They've been trying.
Those days are long gone.
We saw Edouard Philippe saying that he's going to bring in laws that will make it easier to sort of crack down on the tough elements in the Gilets Jaunes. Actually, there's a whole debate today about whether or not what he announced yesterday would be constitutional. In other words, you don't let tough elements into a football stadium. His argument is we should have the same approach now to not allowing potentially tougher, violent elements gain access to the street where these protests are taking place, whether it be the Champs-Élysées or elsewhere. It's possibly unconstitutional. That's what Le Monde is now saying today. But it does...
Because people have the right to protest.
That's right. But it does indicate
Whoever
the extent to which the government is finding it so difficult now, because they've toughened their tone.
They're exploring all these different security avenues, aren't they?
Right. And just, I'll finish on that point with this tweet. It is from a journalist at the Marianne magazine saying the police, in the ranks of the police this morning, worry is mounting. It is palpable, and faced with what is seen as a rising degree of tension between the government and the Gilets Jaunes, the impression they have is that they're caught in the middle. And we've seen actually before Christmas that the police demonstrated. They were saying, we want a raise, we want to be better treated, we're working overtime, we're exhausted. And so they did get a raise in the run-up to, kind of a bonus in the run-up to Christmas, but the police being...
Well, I think they got paid what they were owed, didn't they?
Well, it was probably,
they were owed a lot of money.
But I think it illustrates the extent to which the tensions
getting tired, aren't they?
Huge, and they're
8 weeks. Are we going to see a 9th week this Saturday?
Probably.
Watch this space. All right. Should we go to the United States?
Yes.
Because it was Donald Trump's big campaign promise, wasn't it? He wanted to build a big, beautiful wall, as he called it, along the border with Mexico.
He's going to be visiting the border.
Yes. He said Mexico would pay for it. That didn't go too well. No. They're not paying for it. And the US lawmakers don't want to pay for it either. No. The government's still shut down.
They don't. And we're expecting him to address the nation at 9 p.m. Eastern time this evening. In any case, there was all of this debate about whether the networks would carry this, because this is a kind of an unusual address from the Oval Office because of the government shutdown.
Because Trump's addresses are usually so straightforward.
So straightforward and run of the mill. But there has been a big debate in the US media about whether or not networks would air this address. You would expect that when a president speaks from the Oval Office, that all networks would just take it. Actually,
you normally have somebody doing sign language. They want somebody doing fact checking instead.
And is that
real time?
Is that going to happen?
I don't know.
Okay, well, they're probably, but it's always difficult to fact check Mr. Trump in these moments. But there has been a whole debate in the American media about whether right now NBC, ABC, CBS have said,
well, they are going to air it.
They are going to air it,
but they are also going to air the Democrats' response.
Exactly. And then there was a debate on Fox News about how Trump is being held to different standards. But in fact, apparently, there were several networks that didn't broadcast a Barack Obama speech
on immigration.
Back in 2014, so that's not strictly speaking true. But just a quick look at this. This is satirical.
He gets ratings,
in the New
though.
Yorker.
Everyone will watch it. That's the problem.
I know.
I mean, for them.
This is how he's good. He's good at generating, I suppose, buzz online. MSNBC to air Obama's 2004 convention speech during Trump's address to the nation. That's satirical. It's not true, but it's kind of picking up on the extent to which it's a divided playing field in the US media right now.
Doesn't Obama look so young there, by the way?
He does.
Wow.
It'll put grey hairs on you, that job.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Unless
dying of orange.
All right, let's leave it there, James. Thank you very much indeed, James Creedon there with his beautiful natural hair. Thank you.